That New Year's Eve was enveloped in an eerie silence that seemed almost otherworldly. The bustling city that I called home, typically alive with vibrant lights and laughter, lay strangely deserted. Streets usually thronged with revelers were now barren. Houses that should have twinkled with festive decorations were dark, and the joyful chaos of children playing was conspicuously absent. Friends and family had scattered to various destinations or chosen intimate gatherings, leaving me in solitude. Far from feeling lonely, I found solace in the quiet. It was a welcome reprieve from the usual clamor. As dusk fell, I settled into my evening routine with a sense of contentment. The kitchen smelled of the hearty meal I had cooked, a simple yet satisfying tribute to the year's end. With dinner prepared, I turned on the television to watch the president deliver the traditional New Year's address. A glass of champagne in hand, I toasted to the old year's departure and the new year's arrival, marking the moment in quiet reflection. The clock hands crept towards midnight, and as they struck the hour, the distant chimes of the city clock tower heralded the new year. Yet, an inexplicable sense of unease began to gnaw at me, casting a shadow over the festive spirit. It was during this moment of solitary celebration that the unexpected sound of the doorbell shattered the silence. Peering through the peephole, my breath caught at the unsettling sight before me. A figure dressed as Santa Claus, but not the jolly character of holiday lore. This Santa was smeared with blood, his iconic red suit darkened with a deeper shade of crimson, his beard tinged with gruesome stains. Despite the fear that rooted me to the spot, curiosity compelled me to open the door. Standing before me was the bloodied Santa, holding a box wrapped in tattered, blood-streaked ribbon. Our eyes met, and I saw no malice there, only a profound sorrow that seemed almost tangible. Wordlessly, he placed the box at my feet, turned and disappeared into the cold night, leaving me to grapple with the shock of this macabre encounter. With trembling hands, I brought the mysterious box inside. The weight of it felt ominous as I placed it on the table. Hesitation gripped me, but curiosity drove me forward. Inside the box, nestled amongst dark velvet, was a single envelope. The note inside bore only a few chilling words. "Why did you have to do this?" The simplicity of the question belied the turmoil it stirred within me. I racked my brain for any wrongdoing that could have invited this sinister visitation, but found none. Panic began to seep into my bones as I considered the implications of the message. Was it a threat? A warning? Or perhaps the remorseful outcry of a vengeful spirit? The solitude I had once cherished now felt oppressive, and the shadows in the corners of my room seemed to creep closer. As the night wore on, the atmosphere in my home grew increasingly unsettling. The air turned frigid, as if the warmth had been leached out by the winter night. Lights flickered sporadically, casting eerie shadows that danced along the walls. Every reflective surface seemed to warp and twist, distorting my reflection into grotesque shapes. I felt a growing sense of dread, as though eyes were watching me from every angle.
Desperate for human contact, I reached for my phone to call a friend, but it was dead, unresponsive to my frantic attempts to revive it. As I set the phone down, a glint caught my eye, a reflection in my champagne glass. It wasn't my own. Heart pounding, I spun around, but there was nothing. When I looked back at the glass, the reflection had changed. It was me, but distorted, my features marred by an expression of sorrow so deep it was almost monstrous.
I realized then that the bloody Santa was not just a harbinger of doom but a mirror to my soul. He embodied the guilt and regret of my past year's misdeeds, the small cruelties and selfish choices I had dismissed. The note's question echoed again in my mind, not seeking an answer for a specific act, but challenging the essence of my being. Confronted with the manifestations of my conscience, I knew I had to make amends. The night stretched on, filled with introspection and resolutions. I understood that the visitation, as terrifying as it was, served as a crucial wake-up call. It was a chance to reflect on the impact of my actions and the importance of living with integrity. As dawn broke, the first light of the new year brought a sense of renewal. The eerie occurrences of the night ebbed away with the darkness, leaving behind a quiet resolve to change.